What if I told you that every church bell that rings, every festival that lights up the streets, and every quiet prayer whispered in the dark connects nearly 1.5 billion people around the world? Catholicism is not just a religion. It's not just a number. It's a living story, carried by generations, celebrated in music, art, and traditions, and deeply rooted in families and communities across the globe. In 2025, the list of countries with the largest number of Catholics reveals something more than just rankings or cold demographics. It shows us where the faith is alive, where it's growing, and where it's making history every single day. That like and subscribe button if you're ready to see faith in motion around the world. So, join us as we journey through the top 10 largest Catholic countries. Places where hope endures, where faith transforms, and where the heart of the global Catholic Church beats stronger than ever. Let's get started. Number 1, Brazil. Brazil is the world's largest Catholic country, with over 127 million Catholics in 2025. But the story here is much bigger than numbers. Faith doesn't just sit inside church walls. It flows through the veins of an entire nation. Nowhere else is Catholicism as visible, vibrant, and inseparable from everyday life as it is in Brazil. Think of Rio de Janeiro, where the colossal Christ the Redeemer stretches his arms over the bustling city, watching over the hillsides and the coastline below. That statue is not just a tourist landmark. It's a symbol of a country where Catholic faith breathes through music, art, and daily ritual. Each year in July, millions of pilgrims pour into the Basilica of Our Lady of Aparecida, the largest Marian shrine in the world. Families walk for miles, entire towns pause, and rivers of candles and prayers filled the basilica with awe. But Catholicism here is not only about sacred shrines. It pulses in the rhythm of carnival, where music and dance mix with Catholic tradition in dazzling parades that bring entire cities to life. It's in the way stadiums pause for prayer before a football match, blending faith and national pride in a way that feels completely natural. In Brazil, Saints' Days aren't just quiet commemorations. They are celebrated with citywide festivities, fireworks, processions, and meals shared with family and neighbors. In the Amazon, priests travel by boat for hours just to reach remote villages, carrying the sacraments to people who live far away from any city. In Sao Paulo, cathedrals stand tall as beacons for the poor, the homeless, and the struggling. Faith here is alive, present in every corner of society. It's every generation, every street festival, and every whispered prayer. Brazil is not just the world's largest Catholic country. It is the world's Catholic heartland, a place where devotion and culture are woven so tightly together that you cannot separate one from the other. Now let's travel north to number 2, Mexico. With almost 99 million Catholics in 2025, Mexico stands as one of the strongest Catholic nations in the world. But here, Catholicism is not only a faith, it is a heartbeat. It lives in the colors of festivals and the sound of church bells, and in the devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe. Every December, millions of pilgrims travel across the country, by bus, by car, and many on foot to the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City. They arrive carrying flowers, candles, and prayers, some walking for days, others kneeling. The last stretch of the journey in a powerful act of devotion. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe is everywhere in homes, shops, roadside shrines, and even painted on cars and walls. She is not only the spiritual mother of Mexico, but also a unifying symbol of hope, identity, and protection. Catholicism shapes the rhythm of life in Mexico. From the Day of the Dead altars filled with marigolds, candles, and photographs of loved ones, to the joyous fireworks and music that fill the streets during feast days, faith is celebrated in every season. Life's milestones, baptisms, weddings, first communions, and funerals are moments that bring entire communities together, united in prayer and tradition. Beyond ceremonies, the church is present in daily life, supporting the poor, feeding the hungry, and giving shelter to the homeless. In towns and villages, processions wind through narrow streets, while in Mexico City, cathedrals rise as proud landmarks of history and devotion. In Mexico, Catholicism is not a private belief. It is a public celebration, a living tapestry woven from centuries of tradition and resilience. Here, faith has survived wars, revolutions, and struggles, yet it still flourishes, vibrant and unshakable, carried by the voices of millions who live it every day and now. Let's cross the ocean to the third stop on our journey, number 3, the Philippines. Home to around 76 million Catholics. The Philippines holds the largest Catholic community in Asia, but Catholicism here is not just practiced. It is lived with a joy and devotion that is seen by the whole world. Every January in Manila, the Black Nazarene procession takes place. A sea of believers floods the streets, stretching for miles, while reaching out to touch the centuries-old statue of Christ carrying the cross. For many, this single touch is a moment of healing, a blessing, a sign of grace. Families travel together, singing hymns, praying out loud, enduring the heat and the crowds, all for the chance to come close to their Savior. And that devotion is not only for one day, it continues throughout the year. The Philippines is alive with fiestas, with processions in every town honoring patron saints. Lanterns light up the streets during Simbang Gabi, the pre-dawn Advent masses where entire neighborhoods gather before sunrise to pray. Flores de Mayo turns churches into gardens of blossoms offered to the Virgin Mary. Catholic faith here is not distant. It's family-centered, community-driven, and deeply woven into everyday life. In times of disaster, churches become shelters, places of hope and healing. Overseas Filipino workers carry their faith to every corner of the globe, transforming chapels in faraway lands into little pieces of home. Catholicism in the Philippines is celebrated in lullabies, in street festivals, in weddings and funerals, in prayers whispered at dawn, and in the resilience of people who hold on to hope no matter the challenges. Here, faith is not something you practice once a week, it is something you live every day. Number 4, the United States. With more than 51 million adult Catholics, the Catholic Church in the United States reflects the incredible diversity of the nation itself. Here, Catholicism is not tied to a single language, culture, or tradition. It is a mosaic of faith shaped by immigrants, renewed by generations, and celebrated in every corner of the country. In New York, you can hear Mass spoken in English, Spanish, Polish, Vietnamese, and Tagalog, all in the same week. In Chicago, historic parishes built by Irish and Italian immigrants stand alongside vibrant Latino congregations that fill churches with music, color, and fiesta spirit. In Miami, the Catholic Church carries the energy of Cuban, Puerto Rican, and Haitian communities, making each liturgy a lively blend of culture and devotion. Catholic schools across the country shape young lives. Catholic universities contribute to intellectual and spiritual life. And Catholic charities serve the most vulnerable, feeding the hungry, sheltering the homeless, and caring for immigrants. The American Catholic story is one of constant renewal. The rise of Latino Catholics has transformed parishes, bringing youthful energy and strong devotion to the Virgin Mary in community celebrations. Meanwhile, younger generations ask new questions and bring fresh ideas, ensuring that the Church is never static, but always alive, moving and adapting. Across the United States, cathedrals stand as landmarks from St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York to the Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington, D.C., but the true strength of Catholicism here lies in its people. Whether in small towns, where families gather for Sunday Mass, or in massive urban parishes filled with thousands, the faith unites people from every background, creating a powerful portrait of diversity, resilience, and devotion. Number 5, Italy. With more than 50 million Catholics, Italy is not only one of the largest Catholic nations in the world, it is also the heartland of Catholic heritage. Rome is the center of the Catholic Church, home to the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica, and countless ancient churches and catacombs. Pilgrims from every continent arrive here daily, filling the cobbled streets as they make their way toward the Grand Dome of St. Peter's. But Italy's Catholicism is not only found in Rome. Across the country, every region, every city, and even the smallest villages are alive with faith. In Florence, the bells of the Duomo echo through the city. In Assisi, pilgrims walk the paths of St. Francis, seeking peace and simplicity. In Naples, massive processions celebrate San Gennaro, with music, fireworks, and devotion that fills the streets. Even in the Alps, tiny chapels house relics and centuries-old traditions that have been passed down through families. Italy is a land where art and faith are inseparable. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, Caravaggio's paintings, and Bernini's sculptures are more than masterpieces. They are prayers carved in stone and painted in color. Faith here is lived outdoors as much as indoors, through candlelit processions, vibrant festivals, and family meals that honor feast days. Every corner of the country holds a story of devotion, from grand basilicas filled with priceless art, to small shrines by the roadside where travelers pause to pray. In Italy, Catholicism is not just practiced, it is a way of life, shaping the rhythm of the calendar, the design of cities, and the culture of communities. It is a living tradition that continues to inspire millions of pilgrims and remains at the very heart of global Catholic identity. Number 6. France. Known as the eldest daughter of the Church. France is home to around 40 million Catholics in 2025. Even though modern France is often seen as a secular country, the roots of Catholicism run deep, shaping art, culture, and history in ways that still shine today. Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, though scarred by fire, continues to stand as a symbol of faith that has endured for centuries. Pilgrims travel to Lourdes, where millions come each year seeking healing at the Grotto of Our Lady. In Lisieux, the legacy of St. Therese draws countless visitors, moved by her simple but powerful spirituality. Across the countryside, small chapels and Gothic cathedrals rise from villages, their bells marking the rhythm of life. French Catholicism has always been creative, intellectual, and deeply passionate. It gave the world saints, mystics, philosophers, and missionaries who shaped the Church far beyond its borders. Today, French Catholic life continues to thrive in new ways. Youth pilgrimages bring thousands together. Candlelit processions light up ancient streets, and urban parishes welcome diverse communities. In Lyon, Marseille, and Paris, masses are celebrated with voices from Africa, Asia, and Latin America, reflecting the multicultural spirit of modern France. Though challenges exist, the French Church remains a place of beauty, strength, and hope. From the Gothic arches of Chartres Cathedral to the quiet prayers whispered in small Breton chapels, Catholicism in France is still alive, still shaping lives, and still offering a deep well of faith for those who seek it. Number 7. Colombia. In 2025, Colombia is home to around 36 million Catholics, making it one of the most deeply Catholic countries in the world. Here, Catholicism is not simply a faith practiced on Sundays, it is part of the very identity of the nation. From the bustling streets of Bogotá to the colonial charm of Cartagena, Catholic churches dominate the skylines, their bells marking the rhythm of life. In the mountains, small villages gather around their parish churches as the center of community, while in cities, cathedrals rise as symbols of both history and hope. Catholicism in Colombia has been a source of strength through decades of hardship. During times of conflict, the Church stood as a refuge, offering not only the sacraments, but also education, charity, and peace-building efforts. Priests and lay leaders became voices of reconciliation, standing beside families torn apart by violence, reminding them of hope when the world seemed dark. But Catholicism in Colombia is not only about survival, it is a celebration of life. Devotion to Our Lady of Chiquinquirá, the nation's patroness, draws millions of pilgrims each year. The streets burst into color with processions, flower carpets, and candlelit vigils that blend indigenous, African, and Spanish traditions into a vibrant tapestry of faith. Music fills the air, children carry statues of saints through neighborhoods, and families gather for festivals that are as much about joy as they are about devotion. Colombia's Catholic population is remarkably youthful, with the majority under 30, bringing an energy and vitality that keeps parishes alive with song, mission, and community projects. Even in remote areas, faith is lived with passion, uniting people in prayer, song, and resilience. To walk through Colombia is to see Catholicism not just in churches, but in art, in family life, in traditions passed down through centuries. It is a faith that has endured hardship and now stands strong, vibrant, and deeply rooted in the heart of the people. Number 8, Poland. In the heart of Eastern Europe, Poland shines as one of the strongest Catholic nations in the world. With more than 33 million Catholics in 2025, representing nearly 87% of its entire population. Catholicism here is not a quiet presence. It is the very heartbeat of the nation. Everywhere you look, church spires rise above towns and villages, and the sound of bells marks daily life. Sunday Mass attendance in Poland is among the highest in Europe, with families filling the pews, week after week, showing a devotion that remains unshaken despite the challenges of modern times. The memory of St. John Paul II, Poland's beloved son, still inspires millions. His legacy is felt in the prayers of the elderly, in the gatherings of youth, and in the pilgrimages that unite generations. One of the most powerful traditions in Poland is the annual pilgrimage to the Jasna Góra Monastery in Częstochowa, home to the miraculous icon of the Black Madonna. Each year, millions of pilgrims walk for days, chanting prayers, singing hymns, and carrying banners as they make their way to the shrine. Entire families, from grandparents to young children, join in this centuries-old act of faith, showing how deeply Catholicism runs through Polish identity. But Poland's Catholicism is not just about grand pilgrimages, it is about everyday life. The rosaries prayed at home, the holy pictures hanging above kitchen tables, the saints' feast days celebrated with food, music, and joy. Even after enduring war, foreign occupation, and decades of communist oppression, the Catholic Church in Poland has not only survived but flourished. It became a refuge in times of trial, a voice of resistance, and a source of hope for the future. Today, Polish parishes remain vibrant, with festivals, youth groups, and missionary work keeping the faith active and alive. To walk through Poland is to witness a Catholic faith that is both deeply traditional and powerfully resilient. A faith that endures through generations and continues to inspire the world. Number 9, Spain. In 2025, Spain is home to more than 32 million Catholics, a nation where faith and tradition are deeply intertwined with culture, history, and daily life. To walk through Spain is to walk through centuries of Catholic devotion, where cathedrals, monasteries, and ancient shrines stand as silent witnesses to generations of prayer. From the soaring spires of Barcelona's Sagrada Familia to the ancient stones of Toledo's Gothic Cathedral, Spain is a country where Catholicism is etched into the landscape itself. Each year, Spain becomes the stage for some of the most powerful and moving Catholic traditions in the world. During Holy Week, or Semana Santa, the streets of Seville, Malaga, and Granada are filled with processions unlike anything else on earth. Brotherhoods dressed in traditional robes carry enormous floats, bearing statues of Christ and the Virgin Mary through narrow streets lit by candles and filled with the sounds of drums and trumpets. Crowds stand in silence as these breathtaking processions pass, moved by the weight of history and devotion. For many Spaniards, these days are not just rituals, they are the very soul of their faith expressed in public. Number 10, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Our journey ends in the heart of Africa, where Catholicism is flourishing with extraordinary vitality. With more than 28 million Catholics in 2025, the Democratic Republic of Congo has become one of the fastest-growing centers of Catholic faith. Here, the church is not only a place of worship, it is a lifeline for communities, offering education, healthcare, and hope in the face of hardship. Catholic liturgy in the Congo is alive with energy, movement, and song. Masses are filled with choirs that sing with drums and dancing, transforming worship into a celebration of joy. Processions wind through streets for hours, filled with color and movement, as the faithful carry crosses, statues, and candles through villages and cities alike. In rural areas where resources are scarce, parishes often become the center of life, providing food, shelter, and education for families. In cities like Kinshasa, cathedrals overflow with faithful, their voices rising in powerful harmony as they sing prayers of hope and thanksgiving. The role of the Catholic Church in the Democratic Republic of Congo goes beyond the spiritual. It has been a voice for peace in times of conflict, a defender of human dignity in times of injustice, and a supporter of families in times of poverty. Priests, nuns, and lay leaders work tirelessly to bring hope to communities, showing that faith is not just a belief, but a way of living love and solidarity. The resilience and joy of Congolese Catholics shine through in every hymn, every dance, and every procession. Here, faith is not fading, it is rising, giving new life and strength to millions. And so as we reach the end of this journey through the 10 countries with the largest number of Catholics in 2025, we see something far greater than statistics. We see faith alive in every corner of the world, in the parades of Brazil, in the pilgrimages of Mexico, in the festivals of the Philippines, in the diversity of the United States, in the history of Italy and France, in the resilience of Colombia, in the devotion of Poland, in the traditions of Spain, and in the vitality of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Together, these countries remind us that Catholicism is more than a religion. It is a living force that shapes culture, builds communities, and connects over 1 billion hearts across the globe. Now it's your turn. What country do you think will rise next in this story of global Catholicism? Do you see faith growing in your own homeland, or in places people might not expect? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've enjoyed this journey, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss the next story of faith from around the world. Thank you for watching, and may this story of devotion continue to inspire you wherever you are.